really important. Now this is a smaller study. There was 9 men, 10 women between the ages of 18 and 55 years old. And they were asked to avoid sun exposure for 2 days prior to the start of the study. Then the intervention period was 25 minutes in the sun on a bright, sunny midday. Okay, and they quantified the lux of the light and so forth. And then blood samples were collected on the day before the sun exposure and approximately on the same day, the same time of the day during the sun exposure. And what they found is there was a significant positive activation for upstream regulators of beta-estradiol, progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen in both men and women, comparing no sun days compared to getting full body sun exposure days. And they figured out that certain people are hyper responders to sun exposure compared to others. So if you have darker skin, for example, you have more melanin in your skin, then perhaps you might need maybe 35 minutes of sun exposure a day or 40 minutes of sun exposure a day. So skin tone does impact the UVB, gonadal skin brain axis. So we've got to think about that as well. And we know this to be true with vitamin D. If you're darker skin, then you need more sun exposure to induce the same amounts of vitamin D3 from the skin. The scientists say our data suggests a skin-brain crosstalk in which the skin acts as a dermatoendocrine organ, releasing hormones that affect the hypothalamic-pituitary-gonadal axis. The mechanism of action may be similar to that of beta endorphins and CRH, which is corticotropin-releasing hormone, which are released from the skin and affect the opioid skin axis. They go on to say the immune system or as of yet unknown regulators. Because the eyes of the mice in human volunteers were not covered, we cannot exclude the possibility that solar UV radiation to the eye affected the observed sexual behavior. UVB exposure via the eye activates the hypothalamic-pituitary propiomelanocortican system, which is upstream to the HPA and the HPG axis. However, when we depleted p53 from skin keratinocytes, we observed suppression of the UV-induced sexual behavior traits, as well as significant decreases in the hormone to the HPG axis, which favor our hypothesis that in addition to the eyes, the skin has an active part in regulating sexuality. What do we do for our skin? We put skincare products on there that have parabens, that have artificial scents and fragrances, that have persistent organic pollutants that are altering the hormone levels. We are suppressing the UVB radiation on our skin with sunscreen. We are covering up our skin. We're in the shades. We wear hats, right? We are taught that the sun is bad. That's what the mainstream narrative has been. If you're in the sun, you're going to get cancer. That's what people believe. So they're dousing their kids with sunscreen. We have kids that are going into menarche. They're starting to get menses now at 9 years old. This has historically never happened. This is incredible. So we are unfortunately augmenting nature and the natural biologic processes that would cause natural ebbs and flows and cyclical cycles in hormone levels and testosterone levels. We've known for a long time that men's testosterone peaks in July. Now we know that that peak is much lower for westernized countries compared to, say, countries in Africa, probably because of all the things that we're doing here. So there should be a natural sort of diurnal rhythm here with testosterone, and we now know that the skin plays a vital role. So please, at least get 25 minutes per day before you start lathering up in sunscreen and covering up. I mean, that's just the bottom line here.
Annotated and summarized. Easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.